getting money. Money making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money. I'm just getting money. Money making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money. I'm just getting money. Money making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money. I'm just getting money. Money making good, my money need a loan. Money, money making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money. I'm just getting money. Money making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money. I'm just getting money. Money making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money. I'm just getting money. Money making good, my money need a loan.
Yo, what's up, everyone? It's your boy Coach Riggs and my boy Bishop Franks, and this is Coach's Talk, Thursday's edition and everything, a Thursday's conversation. Before we get started, guys, please hit that red subscribe button, like the videos, man, ring that bell so you won't miss any content that we got going forward. What's going on, Bishop?
Hey, it's you. I can't call it.
No, man, you know how we do it, man. Just want to maintain, man, keep everything simple, man. Love and respect, man. I hope your day was wonderful today.
Absolutely. Right back at you.
Hey, man, look, man, I'm in a good mood today, man. I've been blessed, man, to have a lot of family members on, man. But tonight, man, is a little bit special. A family member, man, that I haven't seen, man, for like almost 10 to 15 years, man. And he was in my city, man. Huh? He was in the city, man, doing a coaches conference and everything, man, here in Charlotte. And we touched base again and everything, man. And I wanted to jump on last week when he was here, but I just said we'll just wait to Thursday's conversation, man, and bring him on. The one and only Spiral Great. I had that little list that I made back a few months ago and everything about the All-Star team, Spiral's greatest 20 basketball players, 20 football players. He was on that list. So oh yeah, man, like I said, that list got me in trouble, man. I had a lot of people calling me and wanting me canceled because I didn't have their ass on the damn list. But they'll be okay. Some of these young bucks got to realize, man, the old dogs paved the way for them. So
that's right.
They just think that they just was born with a ball in hand and start hooping. So, it is what it is. But we're going to bring in, man, the one and only, man, Mr. One and only Malik Walker, man. What's going on, big dog?
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, I appreciate all of the high praise.
He's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
hey,
crazy. Very, very thankful to be up on here. Before we get started, though, I do see everybody got some OU stuff on. I do got to let y'all know it's UTSA.
Okay.
Come on, man. You gotta get some birds gear in there. Come on.
Hey. I expect my gear coming. Hey, you let me know. I'll support you. I'll buy some UTSA gear, man.
Yes,
Trust
sir.
me.
Appreciate you.
No doubt.
I'll always show love to the family, man. So how's everything been going, man?
It's good. Right now, just dealing with the off season, coming off of a second bowl win in program history, back to back. Finishing up recruiting, getting into just off-season training, and just kind of rolling from there. Other than that, everything's good. I'm off for it.
I was going to ask you, man, what got you into coaching? Because when I left, Malik was a 15, 16-year-old kid.
You knew he was going there.
Running around the house, man, playing video games and everything, man. So I was just saying, what transitioned that Malik to this Malik?
Man, the process of college, honestly, I took the junior college route. I had a coach that really didn't believe in me, you know what I mean? And then I get to my Division II, same thing the first year. The coach really didn't believe in me. And then my third year in college, I met a guy named Nick Graham. He's from Millwood, Oklahoma City. It was his first coaching job ever. He was an analyst at Tulsa before that. Mm-hmm. And man, when him and I first got together, we butted heads. Like, I wanted to fight this dude every single day. Like, I had a hate on for him every day because, like, he's just always like this, like, wanted just pound stuff together, you know what I mean? And
right.
We ended up just getting those rough edges out, man. And he was just a huge influence for me throughout college, you know, 20 to about 22 years old, he was huge for me. And just seeing the relationships he built with not only me, but my teammates, his family, how he poured into kind of every single person that he met. I wanted to be that guy. And so ever since I've kind of known him, I've wanted to be like him. He inspires me to be like that. And I just want to change kind of young men's life in a positive way. Football aside, it's just I don't know. It helps. But yeah, that's the main reason why. Nick Graham.
Okay.
That'll work.
Bishop, you got any questions?
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, but I work for him now. So
Okay.
he's the corners coach at UTSA. I'm his assistant. And so him and I've had a great relationship for about 7 years now, 7, 8 years.
Awesome. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. What were you going to say, Coach?
Sorry about that. I got family members calling me. They was like, "You interviewing Malik?" Like, yeah.
Oh, you a celebrity now.
Hey, man, he got to realize that everybody in Fort Coffee, man, is watching this, man. So it's gonna get crazy. But no, man. I mean, the concept, man, of becoming a coach, man. The reason why I became a coach, man, is because I want to affect change as well. I've been coaching, man, from the high school level, man, to when I was overseas and everything, and in the military, I was coaching there as well. And I come back and do middle school and high school, but middle school and high school, man, I love that because I can affect change before it gets started.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any problems trying to coach someone or someone that had a bad habit that you just could not correct?
Yeah, a handful. I coach middle school, I coach high school, specifically there because the schools that we're at, the kids didn't come from much, and so the habits that they learned were just entirely negative. And so just constantly trying to reinforce those good habits, and it took a lot of time. Sometimes you don't win as a coach, but as long as there was a little bit of growth and a little bit of understanding, and knowing that you tried your best, I'm okay with that. Is it gonna hurt? Yeah, but I know I did my damnedest to at least try. And so, yeah, I've had a handful of those experiences.
Okay. Well, I mean, okay, so we know why UTSA.
Uh-huh.
Is there anything else that Malik would like to do besides coach?
Is there anything else I would like to do?
Yeah. Or is coaching it? Or did you finally find that itch and coaching is it?
For me, I say coaching is it. If it wasn't coaching, it'd be teaching. You just get that hands-on experience with actually trying to develop and grow young people. And that's what I'm in for at the end of the day. And I think being a teacher, you see them more than they see their parents. And it's a structured environment. You get to enforce a certain amount of discipline. You get to build relationships. And so that's just, that'd be my opposite, really, just going to be a teacher.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, Bishop, as you can say and everything, his name Bishop is for a reason and everything, man of faith and everything, man of God and everything, man. So we got real tight because when you talk about fellowship and you talk about teaching, that's all fellowship is teaching the right fundamentals, the right. I don't want to say the right attitude because everyone should come in with the right attitude when you're in the Division 2 or Division 1. You want to come in with the right attitude.
Right.
My main thing is always being let it be faith driven. A lot of guys come in here, man, thinking that they are it, that they're the one, that they're him. I had a lot of guys on my squad talking about, they used to love to watch All American and come in talking about, I'm him, homie. No, you're not him, homie. You're not him. So my question to you now is development something that is a strong backing of your coaching? Is development something that is crucial to you coaching?
Oh, me? I thought
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah.
I was chewing peppermint. 100%. That's the biggest thing. As a coach, to me, because when you get a player, let's say he's a good player, well, at some point he needs to develop, on the field. I don't know one aspect, but everybody needs that. But just once you build that relationship with the kid, it's so much easier to increase their development and increase their limit, because now they actually believe that somebody believes in them. And for most athletes, that's key. That's how they get the mindset. I'm him. They've had people believe in them and trust in them and tell them how good they are. But that only gets you to a certain level, because if you only believe you're just this good the entire time, well, that's your limit. You're not gonna be able to get up there in the development aspect. And so, yeah, that's really big for us and for me. Because I'll keep talking. I'm sorry. I was a walker, right?
Oh no, I don't know. Hey man,
know?
look, the process. The
yeah.
process. Like,
Yeah.
go ahead and hit him with it, Bishop. Go ahead and hit him with
No,
it.
no, because understand everybody starts somewhere,
Mhm.
and never ever just because you're a walk-on, you add value, because everybody has to go through their own fire test. And the simple fact is, you are even more important because you came through it and you found your purpose out of it.
Correct. And so that's something I was going to hit on. Like, I wasn't a highly recruited kid. I was a JUCO player that got cut in the spring after the season. I had to go walk up Division II and earn a scholarship.
Okay.
And so, me as an athlete, I wasn't the best ever on my team. Never was I ever. But I'd be damned if I let somebody outwork me. You know what I
There
mean?
you
So
go.
I came
I
from
heard that.
a day of like, I don't care who you are. I don't care where you come from, what school. You're going to get the best version of me every single day. I want this. I'm paying for this. I have a job on top of this. I'm paying my own bills on top of this. Like, so I'm gonna outwork you, and at the end of the day, I got caught up in the results early on, as everybody does with development. And you get disappointed, you get frustrated, you get down on yourself. But again, I had that mentor who just kept reinforcing work, 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 work. And then at the end of that work, it came with a starting position. It came with being a team captain. It came with being an all conference corner. It just came with so many. All the goals that you wanted was at the end. It's not always going to be at the beginning. So that's kind of how I see the development, because I lived it every single day for 5 years.
Well, I always tell people, hard work beats talent every day.
Every day.
Absolutely.
Hard
Every
work.
day.
You give me 20 guys, 22 guys that will work hard. Talent will come. Preparation is something that some people and everything that don't understand.
No
And
doubt.
coming from Fort Coffee, from where we from, no one's gonna outwork us. You know how that goes. They always say third streak strong. Third streak strong is what we always do. So what would 29-year-old Malik tell 21-year-old Malik? PG now.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Look, he had to take a pause. He's like, oh.
Yeah, you gotta. Just something, like work. If anything, work ethic. What road should Malik go? What
Man,
avenue
honestly,
should you
I
go down?
think
Things you should avoid.
I was being more consistent with what I did. I worked hard. I was in my playbook. I just maybe sometimes got comfortable. Like, once you actually get to where you were going a little bit, I was like, oh shoot, I am starting. And then you get a little comfortable, like, oh, I ain't got to lift 90% with the team today. I don't have to do that. On this little conditioning, just being more consistent with that work. But overall, I'm proud of 21-year-old Malik. Like, he went through some shit. And so he ended up being here, and really proud of him.
Awesome.
Got you with that, man.
Yeah.
Well, I like to, you know, like I said, man, I know you're a very busy person, man, but I told Amy, I said, I'm going to get him on. I'm going to show him love and everything, man, because I think people need to know your story, man, because sometimes people get to a place in their life, man, and their story isn't told.
Mhm.
And we always talking about, me and Bishop is always talking about, we love giving people their flowers. We love giving people and everything
Absolutely.
their due. And I
Yeah.
just feel like, man, from all the coaches that we've had in our family, man, I would like to say welcome to the coaching tree, because
Absolutely.
it's a long line of people, from the Walkers, from the Taylors, from the Burses, from the Steels, from the Phillips, from the Delts. We could go on and on and on when it comes to coaching. So
Wow.
if there was something out there, okay, no, let's do it like this, because I don't want to get you too far off left and everything. What is it about UTSA that makes you feel like home, other than the coach and everything like that? What is keeping Malik at UTSA?
Wow.
The culture, 100%.
Gotcha.
What Jeff Traylor has built here, as is not just off your pure talent, right? It's built off of people like him, right? People that just work and that love one another, and they do it for their family and the guys next to them. And so it's really hard to leave an environment like that, or want to leave an environment like that, because you've seen the opposite side where it's just wall to wall ball. You're nothing more than just an object to go win football games or help. Here, every single person that has anything to do with UTSA football has value, and they're treated the same. No one is better than anybody else. The culture is just unbelievable. I have not seen anything like it.
Is it hard in the San Antonio area? Is it hard on recruiting, being around so many powerhouse universities? Is it hard to pretty much pinpoint or lock down recruits at times? If that's something that you can talk about.
To a certain level, I think UTSA as a program is going on to be 14, 15 years old this upcoming season. So you're talking a young program. But within that time, in the last 5 years, you've got back-to-back conference championships. You've got back-to-back bowl wins. You've got a victory versus a top 25 team in the country this year. So the attraction of winning kind of helps when it comes to recruiting, because they know they're going to come in and there's going to be a chance to win because of the culture. Now, the other aspects is NIL. Sometimes you can't offer to pay certain players 6+ figures. That money just talks at certain times to certain players, and it is what it is. Best of luck to you.
Does that now? I mean, and like I said, if you can't say anything, I understand. Does when you have a player on your radar that you guys are trying to recruit, and that person is pretty much NIL based, driven only, is that a turnoff?
Oh yeah, 100%. Every scenario is different. Kids that we're going after, they know we're not going to be able to pay them what a P4 school is going to be able to pay them, right? But there are some cases where kids, they have to go get money. They come from a single parent household and there's 7 siblings. Who am I to tell a player, don't go take $500,000 right now?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's life-changing money, especially if the prospect of the NFL is not as close as it is for others. That guarantee money, man, go take it, go change your life, go change your family's life. I love you. But if you're about to go leave for an extra $10,000, you just money hungry at that point.
What you just said, and I don't know if Bishop called it. What you
Yes,
just
I did.
said is the reason why I do it. Is that even if a player don't come to me or to my university, hey man, I wish you nothing but the best. I love you, man. Anything you need, I got you. I can still do something within reason to where it doesn't affect me where the university that I'm at. but I still want to show you love because you never know that kid might get there and not like where he is at.
Yep.
Facts.
That relationship that you and him built. Hey, I'm gonna go to UTSA because I know Coach Walker. I know he got love for me and he got my back.
100%.
And that's why I hate. I mean, and I don't want to use the word hate. Bishop always tell me don't use hate. I don't like when fans bash kids for making a decision, like you just said, to change their lives for their families.
Yep.
We all know what hot dogs is and Roman noodles and a peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And I mean, we've come from that. Who are we, like you said, to tell a kid don't take 4 or 5 million to go to university, or mom working 4 or 5 jobs to help you put money on school and everything. The first thing that someone would ever want to do is buy their mom a house, make sure mom and family's okay, make sure siblings okay, but you're always the last person to be thought about because, hey, I just want to make sure my family's okay.
That's right. That's
right. No, man, like I said, I commend you for that, Malik, man, because like I said, some coaches, man, they don't think that way, man. Some coaches are like, well, hey, there's the door.
Yeah, no.
There's the door. You know, we got 9 or 10 other kids that would love to be here. So I really commend you for that, man, because a lot of coaches don't show the love like they need to, because it should always start with fellowship.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I got a question for you. I know oftentimes as your coaches, as we all have coached up here, when you have a player that may have had a bad game or went through their own fire test, what are some key core values and philosophies that you stand upon to build them back up?
Trusting yourself, the first one. You have to understand you're not going to make every single play.
Correct.
We've all had bad moments. We've all made bad calls.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Stop reading my mail.
Yeah. So trusting just the foundation that you've built, and just go attack it again and again and again. Because the only way that you're not going to get up is if you choose to stay down. And the way that you choose to stay down is if you self-consume and you just constantly just overanalyze and overthinking what just happened versus let's move on to the next step. And so just kind of just figuring out who they are. Now, some kids you got to, a different type of coaching, but for the most part, that's kind of the basis of where I like to start.
Awesome.
Hey man, T Boomer said it's beautiful there in San Antonio too. So I guess he's been there. But I know you are a Southern kid. So I would like to know, what are some of Malik's favorite places to eat in San Antonio?
Man,
get off coach a little bit.
All, any taco truck. Give me the any taco truck. It's probably gonna be
really.
Better. Oh yeah, man. Listen, this stuff is so authentic out here. Any sort of taco truck out here. I'm trying to think, baby. Where else do we eat?
All Mexican.
Oh, so she said all the Mexican food out here. It's hard to find like real Southern food out here. You just really get used to eating quesadillas, tacos. But I do love her family's home cooked tamales. They be every Thanksgiving and Christmas. They're amazing. So.
There you go. Hey, David Whitehead got a question. He said, what percentage of kids that are being recruited don't have a father in the home? What percentage do you think?
Ooh, I don't want to ballpark a number, but I'll say this: it'd be higher than what you think. If I'm being honest, there's a lot of kids out there that literally just mom, uncles, aunts, raised by all women, big sister, grandparents. So it's a lot higher than you think. And then, it's tough. I don't want to give a percentage though. Can't say. I don't know.
Right.
Hey, someone, I'm gonna answer this right. Coach Riggs are related to him. I said my nephew, but he's my cousin, but he calls me Uncle Will.
Yeah, Uncle Willie.
So so I want to make sure that I get that right and everything, man. But no, man, I'm very proud of you, man. I told you that when I saw you. I'm very proud of you, man. It's a lot of people, man, that are back home. I have a certain amount of people, man, that I keep in my inner circle. Um,
Yeah.
some are friends, some are family members, man. But there's that special group, like Bishop Frank, Jason, uh, uh, Sooner Legend, man. There's some guys, man, that I keep in my inner circle because I respect them a lot, man. And after me and you talked the last time that you was here, I said, you know what, Malik's in that circle now, man, because he's not the young Malik no more. Because just talking to him, man, I was like, damn, it ain't the 16-year-old Malik no more, man. He's 29 years old, and I'm like,
Getting
man,
old.
I mean, no, well-spoken young man, man. I mean, great upbringing, man. Mother and dad, man, they did a great job of raising him, man. Great young man.
Absolutely.
So I'm very proud of you, man. I'm just gonna tell you that up front. I don't hide that. You know how I feel about you, and I told you, man. Whenever you need me, I got you. You just let me know, and I'm there.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You know, yeah. T Boomer said, "That's what's up." He sounds like a well-spoken young man. Yeah, man. You on point, man. And like I said, but going through hard times and going through hard tribulations, man, will make you a better person.
No doubt. You got to embrace it. You got to embrace it.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
it.
So, what is an average day for Coach Walker?
You want in season? You want season? You
No,
want
right now,
spring
right now.
ball?
Season's over. Season's over. Right now.
Yeah, right now.
Right now, we'll have a defensive staff meeting at about 9 a.m. We're going over self scout, so pretty much all the data that the support staff and myself go through and compile. So all the efficiency for all your calls in your formations and the plays that you see down a distance, certain yard lines, certain situations. We're just kind of going through, watching it, analyzing it, taking notes. What can we do better at? And that lasts from 9 to about 12 or 1. And then we just kind of break from there and start working on clinic tapes. So going through the season, any of our tackle circuits that we do, our takeaway circuits that we do, our pursuit drill, any drill tape that we want from our ended periods in practice to game, it translates. And so building drill tape, clinic tapes, that's the name of the game from now until March.
Okay.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Mhm.
Now that you start talking my language, uh, if you were helping the young man that's about to enter into college,
Mhm.
how important is film study?
Can you say that one more time? Sorry, I think you cut out.
Okay, did I cut out? Okay.
Yeah.
Now I was saying, with these young men that's coming into college right now,
Mhm.
how is it? Could you share how important film study is to be an integral part of the team?
Yeah, it's huge in a variety of ways. One, understanding your defense, and then two, understanding what the opponent is wanting to do. So you have to spend a lot of time watching
Yeah.
film. Now, everybody's role is a little bit different. When I first got into coaching, it was on a volunteer role at the college.
Gotcha.
And so my role wasn't to learn the defense. It wasn't to understand concepts. My role at that point in time was you're going to get practice put together. You're going to draw these cards. You're going to make sure
Okay.
flash. You're going to make sure you're at study hall. So everybody's role is a little bit different in what timeline you're in. So I think when you first get into it, there's going to be a lot more grunt work rather than watching film and studying it. But as you progress through the ladder, yeah, that film study, yeah. If you want to get to where you want to get to, you gotta know ball.
Is
I
it
hear you loud and clear.
is
Hey,
it is it a
he's
is
a
it something?
dog. Hey,
Oh
you're
no.
up and
Hey,
coming coach.
hey, I
I'm
told you,
telling you
man.
now.
Appreciate
He
that. Thank
when
you.
we talk, Bishop, you know how I am about X's and O's.
Yep.
And I can blow some people away with X's and O's and concepts and things that I want to do, being a head coach and OC and all that. When I talked to him, man, I was like, damn. it just blew me away, man. It's because not too many people blow me away because I don't try to. I'm not way up here. I'm just a
No,
level guy,
no.
man, that knows football, that's coached, but I'm level headed. I'm not a person, man, that walks into a room and be like, hey, notice me. I could care less about that. But to
Yeah,
sit here and listen to him talk, man,
yeah,
it just shows me and everything, man, that sooner but later it's gonna happen for you.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
and when it happens, those flashcards, that preparing practice, those doing all of those small things are going to make you that much better because you've been there and you've done that.
Done that. Yeah,
So
no doubt.
you don't take that for granted. You know how important and how vital that is for that young man to do that or young woman to do that and prepare that for you.
Hmm.
Now, I'm a piggyback off Bishop. How important is nutrition in college?
Mm.
Really big. Man, listen, as much as athletes exercise, as much as they're active, like if you ain't taking care of your body, you ain't gonna make it. It's like athletes, right? You want to be an NFL player. Well, NFL player, in a car sense, they're a Lamborghini. What type of gas you about to put in a Lamborghini? You gonna put 87 in there? Mm-mm. I'm not gonna break down. You put that
Yeah,
92 in there. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You just gotta think of your body like I'm a Lambo. I'm gonna put some good stuff in here. And so
High octane, 93,
very high.
and try to go get something higher than that and
yeah,
everything.
that
Uh,
diesel maybe.
hey,
Hey,
great analogy on that, man, because that's something, that's what I'm saying. You know, the way that you talk, Malik, man, it's and you can walk into an interview with a coach and now I see how you got your job.
I
And
appreciate
and, and that's not just blowing smoke up your butt because we family, but I'm just saying if anyone was to come into a room and talk to you for a few minutes, they'll know that you have that knack.
yeah,
it.
You have it. And sometimes it might take longer for other people,
Mhm.
but when it comes and everything, when God brings that to your door, you'll be ready.
yeah,
No doubt. I
So
believe
yeah,
that.
no
all the
doubt.
things
But
you're going through right now, man, it's like you said, just a fire test, man. It's just God preparing you for what's about to come and everything. Because we talked, and I know what's coming next for you, but that's gonna be a blessing for you and your family and everything, man. Because I want you to make it, and even if it's not to the big stage, I just want you to be happy about what you're doing.
facts.
T Boomer says you got a bright future coming your way, Malik. Keep up the good work. Your unk is a real one. I see where you get it from. Oh yeah, I appreciate that. I wish I could take the credit. I would love to take the credit, but I can't. That's all on him. That's all on him. I'm not gonna
That's high praise, bro.
I'm not gonna steal his glory. I mean, that's on
Yeah,
him because like I said, it's
yeah,
been 13, 14 years, Malik.
A long time. A long time. Yes, probably 13, 14.
So
Long
that's
time.
all on him, man. Like I said, that just God
that's
having his
good.
hand on him. God
Yeah,
had his
no
hand
doubt.
on him and everything, man, and took him through some things right now, man, because I know your story and I know how hard, and we won't get into that. I know how hard your life is, and I know how hard it was. And for you to come on the other side, man, I'm like I said, I'm real proud of you because some kids would have went left
Mm-hmm.
and
That stayed there.
took the bad scenic route, but you stayed on path and everything, man, took the better route and everything, man. So I appreciate and love you, man, for doing that, man. That's what's up.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate
and let me just now that I'm y'all done open up the door for Bishop to step through.
it.
um, what I'm seeing is that doors about to open for you. What you were willing to go through when nobody else was looking has approved you for such a time as this. So as you step, make sure you gather the necessary nuggets and put it in a book so you'll be prepared for your next opening.
Yep.
Hmm. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man. Be a sponge, man.
Yeah,
Now, your seminar that you went to.
yeah. Go ahead.
What's up, Jason? Man, whenever you're ready, man, come on in. Uh, the seminar you went to. What did now? Was that something that UTSA sent you to? Was that something on you, or what was that? You know, when you came to your coach's camp.
It'll be something that the university will send you to. It's the AFCA, so it's just National Coaching Convention. Just go network, chalk talk, meet up with other coaches. Um, yeah, big event.
I've been to too many of them, man. I was not going to no more, man. The last one I went to, man, was last year, man, and it was like 300 coaches there, man, and it was just overwhelming for me because there were big names, there were elite names,
Hmm.
but what turned me on and what got me excited was the guys, man, that were like 1 or 2 year coaches, man, because you could see the excitement and their mind was just always going and going and going. The older you are as a coach, you get real mellow.
Hmm.
Uh, you stay to yourself a lot. The young coaches, man, they just want to go and talk to this person and that person, and this person. And then there was one guy writing stuff down, and I asked him, I said, "What are you doing?" He was like, "Man, I'm never going to get this opportunity again to have this many coaches around me. So I want to take as many notes as I can." What did you learn from your visit to Charlotte that you can take back now?
What could I learn? Not so much like concepts and stuff. It's just always network. Always reach out to people because you never know like who that's gonna be. Because in 10 years, um, I could be the veteran coach, looking to go hire a GA or an analyst or heck even a volunteer. Um, and so just always connect because you just never know who you can help out or who can help you out.
Yeah. Jason, I just sent it, bud. I just sent it. I apologize. I thought I sent you one. Well, if you could go back and change anything, would you, or would you leave everything the way it was?
I'd leave everything the way it was. I wouldn't be here in this situation if I wasn't. I needed to go junior college. I needed to walk in. I needed to volunteer at a college and work 2 other jobs on top of that. Um, I just I needed to work because that's who I am at the core. It's just a worker, and so I wouldn't want any sort of thing ever handed to me. I don't want to, nepotism. I don't want any of that. I want to be known for somebody who worked their way up, and improved themselves time and time again. Because heck, I'm probably getting doubted now. I'm going to be doubted in the future. I was doubted before. Well, I'm gonna just keep proving everybody wrong and myself right. So it'll be okay.
There you go. There you go.
There
Well,
you go.
I was going to say something and everything, man, about your significant other, man, but I know that she's over there, man, and don't want to be.
Yeah, she
I
over here.
mean, I I know, man, that she's very proud of you, man, like I am.
Yeah.
What is it now? I know that you guys came here. How does the season coming forward look for UTSA? How's the 2025 season look for UTSA?
Man, you really don't know um, until you get everybody on the football field, just because of a big turnaround with losing 11 starters on defense, having to go hit the transfer portal. We think we did really well in the transfer portal, but they might get on the field and might not be what we expect, and we got to reevaluate in May. And so we just really won't know until spring or summer. We think we have some good pieces. Um, we have, I think we have some really good games in the Alamo Dome upcoming, and so we think it should be a good season for us.
Awesome.
That's what's up, man. Well, how is it now? How is it being in the AAC? Like you said that they are 14 years since the
Mhm.
program first started. Uh, who is UTSA's? I guess you want to call rivalry. Who is one of y'all's rivalry and everything in the AAC?
Man, in the AAC, you could say 2 teams. I would personally, North
Okay.
Texas being one, and then honestly, I think our game versus Army is probably one of the best games you'll watch the last 2 3 years. It's just extremely physical on both sides of the ball, and the guys who just want to play football out there. competitive fan bases, and it's always a good game. So I love the Army games.
All right. I sent that to Jason. I don't think he got
Yeah,
it, but but well, I'm pretty sure he got it, but we'll do it something else.
definitely.
Well, we're gonna we're gonna switch,
Yeah,
right now and everything, like I said, because I know that you are a UTSA guy, but I know where you're from and where you grew up. You
Yeah.
are a diehard OU fan.
Yep.
And I know that there's still love there, but I know that you have a job to do and everything, man, and I respect that and I understand that. Do you think that it is do you think what Brent Venables is going through right now, man, with a lot of the family problems, uh, or I shouldn't say problems, the things that's going on with his wife and everything, which prayers and love to send out to her as well.
big
Uh,
salute.
do you think that another coach could deal with what he dealt with all the injuries and then the personal things at home and still try to keep OU and everything in front of him?
That's it's extremely tough. Um, I mean, people have a hard time focusing after somebody cuts them off in traffic. So, I mean, I can't even
That's
imagine,
facts.
you
That's
know,
facts.
and so it's hard. Um,
Yeah,
but as your duty as a coach, it's to lead, to set an example, to to be that influence. I think Brent Venables and Venables only has the answer on if he is able to continue to lead, under those circumstances. If he thinks he can handle it, by all means, handle it. If
yeah,
he can't, then nobody's gonna fault him for it. But it's just a tough situation, and so I think he's giving it his best, and he wants to be strong. It's gonna take time.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you think that a lot of the fan bases, and not just Oklahoma, UTSA, other places, do you think that the time frame, the timeline that fans and the administration gives you is too short? Because right now, a year or two or three, a 1 or 2 bad years, and you're already gone
Hmm.
before you even got your first recruiting class in.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that is acceptable or something that needs to change?
Uh, yeah. To build a program, a winning program, it's going to take an entire cycle, 3 years maybe. You might get a splash of 1 year, your first year. You might be really good. You might be a splash. But it's really hard to sustain that. And you have to have a great culture, and a great culture is not going to come in year one. It's only going to blossom in year two. And then year three and year four, hopefully it comes to fruition. Um,
Right.
but now, if there's those guys that the coach is terrible and all the kids don't like him, yeah, get him up out of there. But if somebody's trying and their culture is showing life, then yeah, you just give them a little chance.
Yeah. You know, I think that, we as fans, we forget and everything, man, that our job as a coach and everything, man, yes, he is a coach, but he also is a father. He also is a husband. He also is a dad. He's a brother and all that. All those things are wrapped into one. And you're talking about a guy that has to oversee now 105, including the coaches,
Yeah,
their wives, their family, their responsibilities, the administration, the board of directors, the board of regents. There's so much for one coach and everything to do. And that's why it's very important to have a group of young men or coaches behind you that can help you and everything achieve all these goals. I think that we have the right guys in place to make that happen here next year. But like you said, time and time is not on his hand when everybody is already saying he needs to be out the door.
Hmm.
Um, so my question to you is, was there ever a hard time at UTSA to where it felt like you wasn't going to be there anymore because of the pressure from the fans?
No, I don't think so.
Or is the expectation a little bit different at UTSA
I
versus
think
Oklahoma?
no. I mean the SEC. Your expectation is to win. Your OU, your blue blood, all of that. But like UTSA, like I said, we won conference championships recently. So the expectation is to compete for those conference championships. We had an extremely down year this year, finished 7-6, but I don't think anybody was calling for the head coach's job. We lost a bunch of people to injuries. There was a bunch of self-inflicted losses. We probably should have had 3 more wins under our belt, but lack of discipline didn't let that happen. So I don't think you can. Yeah, no, it's not the same.
Yeah, we just got something here from T Boomer. T Boomer said, "Guys, I know how hard it is to have your loved ones battling cancer and trying to stay strong for your kids and trying to work to make money for your family. It's a dark cloud over you." Yeah, man, it's hard, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
I know how you feel about your girlfriend. I know how I feel about my wife. I know how Bishop feel about his. I know how Jason feels about his. I know how all these guys feel about their loved ones. You're talking about a person, man, that's been with you through every bad obstacle, every good obstacle, and she's fighting for her life, and your main focus should be on her. But you have to share that part of yourself to coach a team and tell parents that you're gonna look after their kid and after their, and it's just so much, man, that one man's trying to do, man. And I just feel bad because I know he's the right coach. I just feel like all the things around him, man, is just making it very impossible at the moment. So maybe we need to be patient, but I think patience has grown very thin with the bad hire from Seth, the losing of the ball games, the losing of this, the bad quarterback play. So was it just a variety of bad frequency? Excuse me. Was it a I'm trying to get the question right if I can make it make sense. Is it a case of all bad things happening at one time, or was it just something that was left for Oklahoma, was left there, and Brent Venables is just going through it? If that makes sense.
I mean, I think it's just bad timing. Everything bad happening at once. You can't control all those injuries that he's going through. I mean, that's hard. Yeah, next guy up, but you got to understand you're going into the SEC with top 5 talent everywhere, and then now you're going here playing the 13 receivers. You know what I mean? That's gonna be hard to get a first down those games. I don't care who your quarterback is or your OC. If you ain't got the talent, good luck.
Welcome to the room, the one and only Jason Watkins. What's going on, Mr. Man?
Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Hey, hold on, T Boomer. Hey, man, congratulations, man. My wife is 5 months cancer free.
Yeah, big salute.
Man. Hey, I love hearing things like that, man. I love hearing things like that because this is a sports cast, but that's life.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and
More important. But Jason, welcome to the room, man. This is UTSA's assistant D-backs coach, Malik Walker.
What's up, Malik? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, Jason. What's going on?
Good, man. Not too much. Just got off work a little bit later than I was expecting to, but good to meet you. And man, we've been hearing a lot about you, man.
Hopefully, some good things. I know they'll be a little bit.
Man, they're gonna pick on you a little bit, but mostly he says good.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh man, that's my dog right there, man. Like I said, we was pinpointing on some things, man, about UTSA, man, and I just think, man, that he's on his way. Say what?
They've done such a good job down there with that program. Done a really good job with the program. I think Coach Traylor is one of the better. I'm surprised, really. I think he must love it there because it seems to me like he would have somebody would have scooped him by now. It seems like, you know what I mean. And I'm not saying anything bad about UTSA. It's a great program, and I mean, when I first became a sports writer, I was telling you guys that UTSA used to play in a like NAIA division, and they didn't have football at that time. They were NAIA with the same as University of the Southwest in Hobbs, New Mexico, man. And now here they are with a D1 program in football, and it's, man, good program, man. I love what they do down there.
Thank you, appreciate it. Shout out to Coach Traylor.
Hey, man, the hard obstacles that you had to go through, man. Hey, stick there, man. I'm just so proud of you, man, to see where you've come and everything, man. But we were talking about OU and I know that you are UTSA, but you're a diehard OU fan. And on top of that, do you think that UTSA is going to move up anytime soon, or are they happy at AAC?
Hey, that's on administration.
Yeah.
Would it
Now,
be nice to move
now,
up?
would
Yeah.
you like? Would is you is put you like this? Is UTSA ready to move up to another level, or is AAC good for right now?
I think with there could be. I mean, it's still so young. It'd be hard for you to put him. You're going to put him in the Big 12.
Got a
I
good
mean,
recruiting grounds there, man. Good
yeah,
recruiting
you know,
grounds.
we recruit well already. It just depends on what the revenue sharing is going to be, what the TV revenue is going to be, what is the endowment going to look for, like from the school, what type of NIL money will you have. That's just what's going to make it to compete whatever conference you're in or not. Like as you see, Boise State got some really good players that they've recruited for a while, built it up to a good team. So yeah, it'd be okay either way. It'd be nice just so you can try to make playoffs, but what else pro is there to it?
Yeah.
Well, do you?
I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Hey, I was gonna say something like that and everything, man. But I mean, everybody wants to go to that big dance, so that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Do you think still being in the AAC and having a great year that you guys would be able to get into big dance?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we had 3 of our teams in the running this year. I mean, you had Tulane. Sorry, you had Tulane. If they didn't mess up a game or two, they had a chance to get in there. Memphis, if they didn't fall to us, and then another team later on, they would have had a chance to get in there. Army, I know they got dog stomped by Notre Dame for their first loss, but they were going into the end of the season with 1 or 2 losses, and so there's always the idea of a team from the AAC, just because the teams I mentioned, UTSA, South Florida, North Texas is always going to have one of the best offenses in the country, and so yeah, the American teams are pretty nice. I think we had the first or second best bowl record out of all the conferences was the American. We're pretty decent.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was a huge win over Memphis for you guys, man. I watched that game.
Yeah.
First one over a top 25 team in program history.
Big salute on that one.
Great game. Great game.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, with it being 4 of us in here, whenever one wants to, because we got a lot of echoing, whenever one wants to go on, we'll mute the other ones so that person can talk. Because it might be mine, it might be somebody else's and everything, but I want to make sure that everybody hears everybody clear. All right.
Will do.
All right. Jason, anything else you want to ask? Because I know you kind of late to the party and you more of the journalist.
You're the assistant DB coach, you said. That's right?
Yes, sir. Really assistant corners, but
okay.
I feel like I can do either.
Where'd you play at?
Central Oklahoma, a Division II out in Edmond in the MIAA conference.
Okay.
I was out there from 2015 to 2018.
Right on. So now, and then where all have you been coaching at? I heard you saying something about JUCO and some of the other places, but it feels like JUCO is about to take back off again, man.
Yeah, JUCO is always going to be a hot spot. You got young kids that need to develop, and sometimes you got older kids who just needed a second chance. So it's always going to be a hot spot. My coaching career, I did after 18. I graduated in 18. I went to Broken Arrow High School as a corners coach and assistant special teams coordinator. 2019 and 2020. 21, I was at Catoosa for a year. They hadn't won a game in 3 years, and I think our only year there, we took them to the playoffs. So that was kind of crazy. I had a safety. He didn't play the year before. First year playing football, he had 9-10 interceptions.
Dang.
He went crazy. All state and everything. Yeah, I love the ball. And then after I did Catoosa in 21, I came out to UTSA during the summer as a volunteer, went to UIW as a grad assistant, and then the last 2 years I've been at UTSA as an analyst / assistant corners coach.
Awesome, man. That's awesome. How you enjoying it, man? How you enjoying it?
I love it. I work for the guy that I played for. Jeff Traylor's amazing. my defensive coordinator, he's from Oklahoma, so that's a good little tie. And so they treat me really, really well. They really do.
Very cool, man. Very cool. I look forward to watching your career blossom, man. It's going to be good stuff for you, man. Congratulations.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I told him he's gonna have to carry the torch. I'm done. I'm done.
Coach,
I don't know.
done. You just decided to be done.
I'm done, man. Hey, like I said, when just hearing him talk, man, I get excited because I know what he's went through and what he's going through, and it's just exciting, man. Because I was like, that reminds me of myself when I first started, how hungry I was, willing to do whatever it took, going and being I was the footage guy. I was got to get the footage ready for all the coaches and everything in every room. And then it went
video
from there.
Coordinator.
Well, they didn't call it video coordinator back then. They had the roller. They had the film roll back in the day. They didn't have the VCR. They had the old stuff.
Now you're dating yourself.
Hey, man, look. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm old. But I'm just happy for him, man, because he's come a long way, man. And like I said, when he gets ready to tell his story, man, it's gonna be a damn good story whenever he tells this side of the story, man.
I think it's awesome too. And I think that right now you're seeing such an evolution of college football. I think you're gonna have a lot of opportunities as a coach. You know, whenever to get an opportunity, I think this early to get to coach with Coach Traylor and in that group of guys that they've been so successful, you know, to be able to right away, as soon as he got there, you know, he just started winning football games. This is what he does. But I feel like you're probably going to get some opportunities. And I think with the way that I was saying JUCO, you know, they made that to where it doesn't really count against your FBS ability, playing in the FBS or whatever, you know, it's not going to count against you anymore. So, you know, it feels like you're going to start seeing a revival of JUCO football. It feels like to me.
A lot of coaches are gonna start going the JUCO route because they know they can get an experienced person.
Yeah, I think that the high school kids are probably going to be more of the higher ranked 4 or 5 star guys that, you know, they're going to always get opportunities. But feels like a lot of times you might want to send some of those. It's kind of the prep school route. You know what I mean? Get them ready, get them in a weight room in the college weight program and nutrition, and then you still got the 4 years with them whenever they're ready. It feels like it's a good situation for players more than anything. Yeah,
no doubt. I agree. It's just gonna hurt sometimes those high school kids, but it might help the D2s because JUCOs might get full. They gotta trickle down to D2. I just tell kids, go get some experience because of the transfer portal. Go play somewhere and do what you got to do from there.
Yeah, man.
Film's more important than anything.
Yeah, and I agree with you. But I think it's already been hurting high school kids, right? I mean, I know a guy that's from there in San Antonio, and he played a couple years ago. He was playing at let's see, it was man, I forget the name of the damn school now. But the guy had like 20 touchdowns. It was Class 6. He was Warren, San Antonio Warren. He played at Warren, and he had like 1,300 yards, 20 touchdowns. He had like a 20 catch game playing 6A ball, and I mean, he couldn't really get a sniff. You know, it was tough for him, and I know you know how that is going through the recruiting process. I mean, it's tough, man. Some of these guys slip through the cracks. I think it allows you to get more of an opportunity to you know, extend your career a little bit.
And I also think it's position specific too. Sometimes at linebacker, you want to be able to develop a kid, you know, throughout years. At corner, well, do I want to go get a high school kid and develop him, or do I want to go to get a transfer kid that got 2 years and I know he can play right away? It's just hard. D-line, it's a little bit of mix of both. Safeties, a little bit of mix of both. But, you know, for corners, it's really hard for me to look at a high school kid and be like, ooh, I want him right there. Because if I want him, guess what? Them P4s do too. And so I'm just, you know, try to hit the portal of JUCO kids.
Yeah. Now, do you guys think that by the JUCO revamping himself and not being the way it is or what it's going to be doing for if they move up, I think a lot of kids are going to start going to the JUCO route now and getting experience and getting situated into college, getting that year or two, and then in the portal and go to the Power Five and everything, and then have
Yeah,
another
because it
4
doesn't
years.
count against you anymore, coach. You don't lose your eligibility time like you used to by going to the JUCO route. So if you go for a year and play JUCO football, that's what the whole Diego Pavia deal was. He had that lawsuit against him, against the NCAA, and the NCAA really didn't want to win that lawsuit. They didn't put up much of a fight. It allows them to be able to do that, and now you can go play for a year or two, and you didn't lose any time there. So it's basically the prep school route now. I think you're going to see an explosion of JUCO football now, and not just guys that they weren't able, maybe they got in some trouble or something, or maybe they, something was going on where their grades weren't just right. They didn't have high enough test scores. I don't think it's going to be just about that anymore. I think you're going to start getting guys that are maybe a little better, maybe 3-star guys even, that end up in that situation where it just didn't quite get to that point where they had a spot, because I think there's less spots at Power 4 schools now. I think there are.
I agree with that. My bad, Willie. Hey, Garrett. Yeah, I left after 20, so it probably makes sense why y'all getting dog walked.
I like that. I like that.
Oh, I like
it. Hey, drop the mic.
I wanted to stay.
Oh, that's hilarious, man.
Hey, T Boomer wants to know, how long has UTSA been in D1 college?
10 years, 10, 12, 15 years, something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Probably 12-ish. I know they did FCS for a little bit. And then we were Conference USA for maybe 4 years. And then this is our second year in the American.
No.
Yeah, Larry Coker was their first coach.
Yep.
I was just about to say that. Yep.
I remember that. So what's next, man? So somebody said in the hold on, first of all, man, Nelio, man, with a great super chat for you, man. I want to make sure that
appreciate that.
Appreciate you, Nelio.
Want to make sure that he gets that love and everything. Hey, fellas, good to see you guys. Appreciate that.
It's our boy from KC Mo, the K-State guy.
Yep. And then Duke said that UTSA plays Texas A&M first game of next season. Y'all ready for that one?
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
You didn't say it like hell yeah. You just said yeah.
Hey, spot the ball. That's all I care about. Spot the ball.
Yeah. Hey,
that's all you gotta do, man.
They were on Texas's neck a couple of years ago in that opener.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and tell him. Go ahead and say it, Malik. Go ahead and say it.
Nah.
He talked about that game. That game pisses him off about that game.
We good.
Okay, I won't talk about it. All right. So I know that you're busy, man. Like I said, so I don't want to keep you long, man. But I just want to reiterate, man, that I'm very proud of you, man. How everything has come for you, man. And I know that you worked real hard for it. The steps you've taken. Is there anything else, man, that you would like to do going forward to help yourself get to that next step? Because I know what the next step is for you.
Yeah, honestly, just get more involved with schemes. So they have me as like I'm the playbook guy. So I have to draw every single diagram. I have to know exactly what the defensive coordinator is wanting. Extremely challenging, but I know that's a challenge for a reason. And so I just have to embrace it and not sit there and think about it as, some sort of thing that I have to do. It's something I get to do. And so just really embracing all those challenges that are going to come along with it. And, just put my best foot forward, see what happens.
That's what's up. Bishop, you had a question?
Nah, I'm just, man, I'm in awe. I see why he was raving about you when he saw you at the clinic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna give him his love, man. Like I said, I've seen a lot of young coaches in my lifetime, man. I've talked to a few of them, and a lot of them haven't. I wasn't in awe. I was like, okay, He has a few more years, but then he'll get it. Malik already has it, and I don't know if this comes from just how many coaches do we got in our family, man?
A lot. A lot,
What,
honestly.
20, 30, 40 of them, man? I mean, and this everything. It's numerous basketball coaches, numerous football coaches. Josh is at Spyro.
Gym rats, man. Y'all a bunch of gym rats. That's what it is.
Look, we didn't have anything, man, but the gym,
Yep.
a
That's how it
big
was
old
for
open
us, too.
field, and that's it. That's it. We were never in the house.
Mm-mm.
We were
We
always
weren't allowed to be in the house.
Yeah, that too. My mom would lock the screen door and tell y'all go outside and play.
Outside, boy.
But
Drink out the hose.
but it's just, man, when we have our family reunion, man, it's like a bowl of Skittles, man. You got everything.
Yeah.
You have every nationality in that family. We got Priest Holmes, man. We got Tyler Perry and everything, man. We got NBA players, NFL players and everything, man, in our families. And there are guys, man, that could have made it that didn't make it. Uriah Schultz, a lot of Schultz could have made it. So we talk about Henry Burst. He's in the Hall of Fame and everything, man, for the Canadian League and everything.
Yeah,
He's from down the road. I mean, we used to go to his house, play basketball and football every day. So when you got these type of guys growing up in our neighborhood, that rubs off on you, man, to where you get kids like Josh. I shouldn't say kids. You get young men like Malik. You get young guys like Josh, who's at Sparrow right now as a defensive coordinator. So I just want to say, man, I'm giving you your flowers, man. I really appreciate, man, the steps that you've made to get to where you are right now, man. So I really love you, man. I appreciate everything that you're doing right now, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I love you too, man.
Yeah, man. That's family.
All right.
That's family. But hey,
There you go.
one more question for you, man. Like I said, I know you got to go. I know you said that you had some things you got to take care of. What is it going to take for UTSA to be successful? No, I don't want to say that because that's a loaded question. What does Malik? Yeah. I don't want to answer. I don't want to answer that and everything. What does Malik do? What is one way that Malik coaches his players? Is it more of an aggressive play calling, or is it more of a laid back and lax?
A mix of both. It depends on what player I got to coach. But
good.
For the most part, I try to build a great relationship with all of them. So I let a lot of other people do the rah. I kind of pull them to the side and give them my spiel in their ear. But it's not out loud because I ain't trying to make, once the kids kind of feel that confrontation, that's when they want to buck back. So I'm more of like, hey, let's get level headed. I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it, and then we can go from there. So I'm really trying to be calm, cool, collective. Because if I lose my temper, then I can't get mad at them for losing their temper. And so just
that's a smart
You
way
got
to
to treat them all the different anyways. It always seems like that's some kids can handle being in their face, some can't.
Yeah, no doubt. I was that kid.
Kids,
I was that kid you couldn't be in my face. I'd spaz. And so
my daughter, I could get all over her when playing soccer and stuff like that. I could wear her out, and she didn't care. It'd just make her better. My son, you couldn't look at him weird. You know what I mean? He would just fall apart. So this is kind of how it is sometimes. But I mean, I just think they're all a little different, and it's good like that. It helps you as a coach to be able to kind of blend, no matter how you change your style a little bit. Sometimes I think,
no doubt.
Well, how hard is coaching? Is it hard for you, or is it easy?
As hard as you make it. It depends on what you want. You want it for the logo, or you want it because why you got in it. If you get in it for the right reasons and you trust it and you believe it, those hard moments won't feel as hard. But if you're in it because of the superficial stuff, oh yeah, it's really hard. It's hard to wake up early. It's hard to hold yourself accountable and hold players accountable. It's hard to be on time. It's hard to get my work done. But
especially when you're at the bottom of the totem pole doing all the work.
It's not being remembered while I'm at UTSA. It's not like, oh, Malik Walker is doing all this. It's not. I know my role, and I'm trying to thrive in my role. And so, yeah, I understand the position I'm in, and so I just put my best foot forward, like I said earlier.
Hey, you got 2 questions for you. Neilio got a question. Neilio said, oh, excuse me. Neilio says, didn't Broken Arrow have that Gavin Porter kid at linebacker back in the day?
Yeah, so they had Gavin Potter and Zeno and Zach Marcaselli, great linebackers. Gavin went to was Gavin the one that went to Kansas, and then he ended up going back to Tulsa this past year. And so I played against him at
He said, yep. He said,
coached
yep.
against him at Tulsa. Yep.
KU.
Yep.
Neilio would know. He's
That's what I thought.
And then another one says, Malik, what would you think about this? Malik, what you think about this crazy Wild Wild West portal?
It's exactly that, the Wild Wild West. You got kids hopping in just for money. You got kids hopping in because they didn't get as much playing time as they did. But I mean,
now, is that like you said earlier? You said you really don't get mad at a kid if it's for the family and that he got to go take a bag to take care of his family, which we all understand that. Like I said, we all know what hot dogs and ramen noodles and everything is, but if your mom and got 8 or 9 kids back at home and she's in the family struggling, it's kind of hard for you to say no to $5 or $6 million and everything to go somewhere, even though there's somewhere that you might not want to go. Is that what it's really coming to right now?
Certain places. For us, it's not necessarily the case. We haven't lost a ton of kids that we don't want to lose. I mean, the kids that we have lost, we've had the back-to-back defensive players of the years. One ended up going to Texas, Trey Moore. We had Jamory Robinson this year. He's going to probably go to a Big 12 or a Big 10 team. Last year, we had a corner, really good, first-team all-conference kid, ends up going to Oregon. Again, all those scenarios are different. All those kids left for different reasons. And so it's just, it's the give and take with it.
Jason, got anything? Because there's more questions for him. I just wanted to see what you guys got to say.
Yeah, actually, I think I noticed in there where he said, unless we kind of want them to go. I think that the portal is also, I think a lot of times kids get I want to say sometimes that kids get a bad rap for getting in the portal when sometimes they're asked to go, because it could be for a number of reasons. It could be because they're probably better off at another place. Maybe they're not getting playing time and they're not gonna. So you understand it, but I think a lot of times the schools aren't exactly putting that out there that, hey, yeah, we wanted him to go get in the portal, whatever. Not all the time anyway. A lot of coaches don't say it at all. But what do you think about that? Do you feel like that happens quite a bit, more than people realize?
For sure. I mean, if you don't have the depth that you want to have, you're not going to compete for anything. Right. And so most of these schools are trying to be 3 deep. So if you're not even competing to crack the rotation and you're the third guy up, a lot of these schools are like, hey, you got to go. We're going to go pay this all-conference corner from a G5 team, and we're going to pay him $100K, and he's going to come in and probably compete for it.
Right.
And so it's just different.
You got to get rid of that scar, especially now with the roster.
And especially with the roster changing, it's some guys got to go. It hurts, but I got to go.
Production-based business, man. You got to produce.
Absolutely.
Thunder OU Sooner says, how do you get your players motivated?
A lot of it's just intrinsic motivation, just reminding them what they're doing this for, why you choose to play football, just constantly reinforcing that. As a coach, it's your job to push them to the limits, so you have to find what it is that motivates that certain player. But most of the time it's all built into what they want to do, and you're just kind of pulling from them. Coach Graham, he says this quote all the time, and I absolutely love it. I'm going to steal it, and I'm going to start saying that I came up with it. But he says, once you tell me your goals, they're now my goals, and it's my job to get you to those goals. And so everything that you want, I want now. And so I'm going to work like it's my goal. and work like it's my goal, guess what's about to happen? I got to achieve it by any means necessary. And so just finding that sort of motivation for them, it's different for those kids.
I'm trying to get to more of these questions, man, because I know
That's
you
a good question that the T-Boomer just asked too.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Oh, where's it? Right here.
Yeah. Chaos indeed.
Malik, what's your thoughts on Jonathan Cook? Chaos.
Chaos.
Right? Yeah. Apparently.
Hey,
Yeah.
I can't say what I'm gonna say, but I hope he finds the right fit for him, and a team that lets him thrive. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's a waste of talent, man, for him to keep on getting in trouble with this stuff. It sounded like it was the same thing going on at Texas, that he just stayed in Sark's doghouse. So
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
I sure hope he finds wherever he ends up a mentor, someone who can pour into him and help him, guide his understanding so it can grow.
Yeah, that was a great question right there. Well, man, anybody got some more? I think because I'm about to let him go. If anybody don't have another question for him, man, I know he got some things that he has to do for
I just want to
tomorrow.
tell him good luck, man, and congratulations
Same
on
here.
where you got going right now. You're impressive, man. You're saying all the right things. It looks like you're putting in the work, man. It's to be at this level already, and for with the coaching staff like you're with right now, that means that you're doing your job and they're impressed with what you're doing too. So good luck to you, man. We'll be rooting for you all the way.
Yeah, big salute.
Come join us again, man. We'd love to talk ball with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Willie, you guys shoot me and text anytime and see if I can get on.
Hey, I'm looking for some UTSA tickets.
Right?
Go to the ball game.
Come out here.
Hey, give me also I'll be expecting my UTSA gear. I mean, whatever you want to send me, I'll rock it.
There you go.
You know me. I'm gonna always support you, man. Whatever you
this is what family does right there, Malik. This is what family does.
Hey, I did have one question. What about Giovanni? What do you think about Giovanni going to the Sooners?
Well, see, Giovanni's on the other side of the family. So see,
I'm sorry.
He's on the other side of the family and everything. Giovanni and everything's on the dad's side and everything. He's that UAPB. Giovanni and everything is you remember Cosetta, my grandmother?
Yes.
On my dad's side. Well, Uncle Lee and everything had a son and everything, and that's him, Giovanni. He had a son and everything. So Giovanni was at UAPB. And he transferred and everything down. 6 foot 2, 6'3", 215 pounds, and everything, man. So he's at Oklahoma right now, transferred from UAPB.
Oh, good for him, man. Best of luck to him. I know that weight room probably gonna treat him nice. He'll be 230.
Right.
I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping.
They were just talking about moving day the other day. Did you see the picture of him when he was moving in? He was rocked up, dude.
Look, people don't know how big he is, man. Everybody, I think Uncle Lee said that, man, they didn't know how big he was until he got there.
That's what they were talking about it among the staff and everybody that's seen him. Chris Mason was talking about it last night on the show that I did with him and K. Chris. They were like, bro, he just looked different.
The weight room is nothing compared to UAPB. It was trash. What he got right now, man, and he loves to work out. He loves to work out. I think working out is more therapeutic because of the things he went through. Like Malik, we've all had our past in Fort Coffee and growing up and everything, man. We've all done some things and been around the wrong crowd. I think right now, man, that's his etch of trying to get back to where he needs to be.
Hey, man, you're not supposed to be a finished product whenever you get, 17, 18 years old.
Facts.
You have to work a little different. That's all it is.
Yep. Well, man, I appreciate you guys, man, for jumping on, man. Jason, man, sorry that you were late, man.
Oh, my bad, man. I wish I could have been in here longer, but man, I appreciate you guys having me in. And
always.
It was nice to meet you, Malik. Really was, man.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me on.
True blessing.
Anytime, man. I'd love to be on here.
Hey, man, you got it. Hey, anytime you want to jump on, let me know. We'll bring you in. we will bring you in, no problem.
Sounds good to me, man. Y'all have a
But,
good night.
tell the Miss Lady and everything, man. I said good night, man. And like I said, man, we'll be down soon. But all right,
Sounds good.
hey
Sounds
guys,
good.
horns down, man. See you
Oh.
guys later, man. Much
Birds up.
love.
Money, homie making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money, I'm just getting money. Homie making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money, I'm just getting money. Homie making good, my money need a loan.